All right, man, one of my favorite Bible quotes is, "Keep striving, for God gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers." But what about his quirkiest soldiers? What about his freakiest soldiers? Because let me tell you, Joe Budden, aka the Hallway Hoochie, has been out here living proof that God puts his strangest assignments on his weirdest warriors. Joe Budden was missing from his podcast for weeks, and things just weren't adding up. As a loyal listener, I know Joe doesn't just vanish without an explanation. He's like that nosy auntie who always shows up to the family reunion with tea and judgment. When he's not there, the vibes are just off. The squad tried to hold it down, but it's like trying to keep the party lit when the DJ just dips with the aux cord. Then Joe comes back with a story that sounds like the beginning of a Netflix dark comedy. I was sleepwalking, naked, and things got bad. Now hold up. First of all, Joe, you're 40-something years old. Why are you out here naked and confused like a sim character who lost their command? I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. Sleepwalking is a real thing, but then I remembered, Joe Budden has a past. And not just any past. I'm talking drugs, women, and the type of stories that start with, "So this one time." So, what happened? Let's get into it. Joe records his podcast from a bougie high-rise penthouse, right? Swanky, luxurious. You could almost hear the elevator dings in the background. But then, suddenly, the set switches to Park's cramped New York City apartment basement. Watching this was like going from first class to economy mid-flight. 7 grown men and a woman in a tiny room yelling over each other like a game of spades gone wrong. I swear I could feel the room's humidity through the screen. Joe explained the switch by saying that the apartment complex made some new rules about not recording podcasts. Also, some laws had changed. Cool story, bro. But then the real truth came out. At least this is how I feel about it. But it turns out that the Hallway Hoochie was caught strutting his stuff in his birthday suit on a neighbor's Ring camera, naked as the day he was born, trying to punch in the code to someone else's door like he was auditioning for a remake of Hangover. But wait, there's more. The Ring footage wasn't just seen by the neighbor. It was also viewed by her 2 underage daughters. Joe then casually strolled back into his own apartment like nothing happened. Bruh, what? Naked and lost in a luxury penthouse? That's not sleepwalking. That's a walk-in midlife crisis. Oh, what's happening, YouTube? It's your boy Big Just. Now listen, man. 97% of y'all are watching my video, but you're not subscribing. Now, that's a head scratcher because when I actually look at the returning viewers, it's thousands of y'all that are coming back and watching more and more videos. So I need y'all to get with the other 3% and learn how to follow some goddamn directions. Hey, I'm just saying, help a brother out. Or I'm gonna have to start helping myself out. See you at your house. Now here's where it gets spicier though. The police show up and next thing you know, Joe's slapped with the public lewdness charge. Or at least they made him wait to figure out what they were charging him with. The Edgewater Police Chief Donald Martin, who I'm now dubbing Clout Chasing Chief, held a press conference about it like he just cracked the Zodiac killer case. He claimed that this was a serious matter, and naturally Joe's lawyer clapped back, saying the chief just wanted his 15 minutes of fame. I mean, fair, but Joe, let's not act like this isn't next level weird. Let's pause for a second. Joe, why are you still mad at the cops for exaggerating, quote unquote, the situation? Isn't that your move? Whenever something happens to you, don't you wait until the next podcast to tell the story dramatically for maximum views? Content over everything, right? So now that the cops are giving you the same treatment, you're offended. Boy, stop. But back to the naked stroll. This isn't Joe's first rodeo with bizarre behavior. He's openly talked about sleepwalking before.
Told the story more embarrassing. Oh, this is gonna be great. So we were going to Miami, me and Ian, to do some work shoot. And he said, "Yo, where you want to stay at? You want to stay at the normal spot?" I said, "No, nigga." All right, now just for context, anytime I go, I'm getting a 2 or 3 there. Whether I'm alone, whether I'm not, normally that room is just unoccupied because it's the layout, the way it's set up. Yeah, you want more space. Yeah, Ian got to the room and was astonished. This fucking balcony, this fucking view. Look at this shit is amazing. Right? That was his bag. And then that was that. Went off to do the work, and then we got back. And I just remember going to bed. I didn't even cut a TV on. And he went to bed too. So I woke up, and I went to look for my phone. And I couldn't find my phone. I was like, all right. Went to look for some other belongings of mine. And I didn't see him.
I'm perplexed.
And then I looked around some more and said, this ain't my room.
Oh, shit.
Ian's room.
Hey, yo.
But listen, if you know that you have a habit of sleepwalking, maybe don't sleep butt naked in a building full of Ring cameras and neighbors with kids. How about some pajamas, my boy? Maybe a robe, anything but your bare essentials. Now I get it though. You might have fell asleep all in that good, but your woman needs to remind you to put some clothes on when y'all finish. And don't get me started on the nickname, this incident that I dubbed him the hallway hoochie. It's not just a label, that's a legacy. You're out here streaking through Edgewater like a one-man flash mob, and now you've given your haters more material than they'll ever need. Let's be real though. The real reason Joe got booted from his penthouse probably wasn't because of the podcast laws. The complex likely didn't want the hallway hoochie turning their luxury spot into the set of a rated R sitcom. But let's talk consequences. If this escalates, Joe could face being labeled as something far worse, like a sex offender. And while we all know that this was likely a weird accidental sleepwalking mishap, the internet doesn't do context. You're either innocent or canceled. And right now, Joe's reputation is dangling, by a thread. And not that kind when it comes to the boxers. So what now? Does Joe Budden bounce back from this? Or does this mark the beginning of his canceled podcast tour, while Edgewater becomes the next battleground for the hallway hoochie? And most importantly, should he just invest in some damn pajamas? Y'all let me know what y'all think below in the comments. Is Joe lying? Was he really sleepwalking? And do you think he'll survive this saga without becoming a meme for the next decade? Sound off below, like, share, subscribe, and comment. And hey, hit that notification bell and don't miss the next episode of them Hallway Hoochie Chronicles. We out, baby. Bull! Man, I already know it's only the first of the year. And I know y'all tired of wearing that same old gear that you wore all of last year. So I need y'all to tap in with Bless Atlanta, where they got the newest drip. And it's at an affordable price. And we ain't on no Almaretta gatekeeping the city type shit. You ain't gotta only be from zones 1 through 6 to wear this. You could be from Marietta. You could be from the South Side. You could be from Gwinnett County. You could be from Detroit, Los Angeles, Houston. It doesn't matter. Catch the drip and definitely turn heads wherever you step out with Bless Atlanta. Links down low in the description box. Big Just LaFlare.
It's him.